Have you ever wondered if God is trying to send you a message through everyday events? You might be missing clear signs from God every single day without realizing it. Every sign that God sends comes with a purpose, meant to guide, comfort, or provide insight into our lives. This video will help you understand how to recognize these divine signals in your daily life. By paying attention to subtle cues in dreams, nature, technology, and interactions with others, you can uncover the spiritual messages meant for you. Keep watching as we explore the different ways God communicates with us and learn how to open your heart and mind to these powerful signals. Don't miss out on the guidance and reassurance that divine messages can bring to your life. Unseen patterns in everyday life. Everyday routines and occurrences can hold hidden divine messages. Often, we go through our daily lives on autopilot, not noticing the subtle signs around us. However, these mundane events can carry deeper spiritual significance. To recognize the signals of God in daily routines, it's important to pay attention to the small details. For example, if you repeatedly see the same number, hear the same song, or encounter the same situation, these might be more than coincidences. These patterns could be signals from God, guiding you or sending you a message. One way to start noticing these signals is to slow down and be mindful of your surroundings. Take a moment each day to reflect on your experiences. Ask yourself if there were any recurring themes or unusual events. This practice helps you become more aware of the patterns in your life. The concept of synchronicity is useful here. Synchronicity refers to meaningful coincidences that seem to be related but have no apparent connection. When events align in a way that feels significant, it might be a signal from God. For instance, if you think about a friend and they suddenly call you, or if you're struggling with a decision and a random conversation gives you the answer, these could be synchronicities. Keeping a journal is a practical way to track these patterns. Write down any notable events, feelings, or thoughts you have throughout the day. Over time, you might start to see connections and themes that weren't obvious at first. Reflecting on these entries can help you understand the signals of God in your life. Being open and receptive is key. Sometimes the signals of God are subtle and easy to miss. By staying present and mindful, you can become more attuned to these messages. Trust your intuition and feelings as well. Often, they can guide you towards recognizing divine signals. Recognizing the signals of God in daily routines involves paying attention to small details, being mindful of your surroundings, and reflecting on your experiences. Look for patterns and synchronicities, and keep a journal to track and interpret these events. By doing so, you can become more aware of the hidden divine messages in your everyday life. Dreams and their hidden messages. Dreams can be a powerful way for God to communicate with us. While we sleep, our minds are open and free from the distractions of daily life. This makes it easier for divine messages to reach us. To recognize the signals of God in your dreams, pay attention to certain symbols, recurring themes, and emotions. Sometimes you might see specific objects or scenarios that feel significant. These symbols could be messages from God. For example, dreaming of water might represent cleansing or new beginnings. If you often dream of a particular place or person, it could have special meaning for you. Emotions in dreams are also important. Strong feelings, whether positive or negative, can highlight messages from God. If a dream leaves you feeling peaceful and reassured, it might be a sign of divine support. On the other hand, if you feel anxious or scared, it could be a warning or call to pay attention to a particular aspect of your life. To better understand and remember your dreams, try keeping a dream journal. Write down your dreams as soon as you wake up, while the details are still fresh. Note any symbols, themes, or emotions that stand out. Over time, you may start to see patterns and connections in your dreams. This can help you interpret the messages more clearly. When interpreting your dreams, trust your intuition. You know yourself best, so rely on your feelings and personal insights. What might seem like a random dream to someone else could hold deep meaning for you. Personal interpretation is key because dreams are often tailored to your unique experiences and spiritual journey. It's also helpful to look for common themes in your dreams. If you notice that similar symbols or scenarios keep appearing, they could be significant signals from God. Reflect on what these recurring elements might mean in the context of your life. Recognizing the signals of God in your dreams involves being mindful of symbols, themes, and emotions. Keep a dream journal to track and reflect on your dreams. Trust your intuition and personal insights to interpret the messages. By doing so, you can uncover the divine communication hidden in your dreams and gain valuable guidance for your life. Unconventional signs in nature. Nature is a powerful medium through which God can send us signals. By observing the natural world around us, we can find messages and guidance that may be missed in our busy lives. Unexpected animal encounters can be a signal from God. If you see an animal in an unusual place or behaving in a strange way, it might be a sign. For example, if a bird lands near you and stays for a while, it could be bringing a message. Pay attention to animals that cross your path repeatedly, as they might have special significance. Weather patterns can also carry divine messages. Sudden changes in weather, like a rainbow after a storm, can be a sign of hope and reassurance. Similarly, an unexpected burst of sunlight on a cloudy day might be a signal of encouragement. These natural events can remind us of God's presence and guidance in our lives. Natural formations such as unique rocks, trees, or landscapes can also be significant. If you find yourself drawn to a particular natural feature, take a moment to reflect on its meaning. For instance, a tree that stands alone in a field might symbolize strength and resilience. These formations can serve as reminders of God's messages to us. Historical and cultural examples of nature-based divine messages abound. Many ancient cultures believed in the spiritual significance of nature. For example, Native American tribes often saw animals and natural phenomena as messengers from the spiritual world. Similarly, in many cultures, the appearance of certain animals or natural events was seen as an omen or a sign from the divine. To recognize the signals of God in nature, it's important to spend time outdoors and be mindful of your surroundings. Take walks in the park, hike in the woods, or simply sit in your garden. Pay attention to unusual or striking occurrences. These moments of connection with nature can open your mind to divine messages. Being present in nature helps us tune into the subtle signals that God might be sending. By observing and reflecting on these natural signs, we can find deeper meaning and guidance in our lives. Embrace the beauty and wonder of the natural world and stay open to the divine signals it may hold for you. Technology and modern science. Modern technology can be a surprising source of divine signals. In our digital age, God might use technology to communicate with us in unexpected ways. One way to recognize the signals of God through technology is by paying attention to messages you receive online. Sometimes a post on social media, a text message, or an email can carry a special meaning. For example, you might see a quote or a picture that speaks directly to something you're going through. These digital messages can be God's way of sending you comfort, guidance, or encouragement. Random online encounters can also be significant. You might stumble upon a blog post, video, or article that resonates deeply with you. This could be a signal from God, guiding you towards the information or inspiration you need at that moment. Be open to these unexpected discoveries and consider what message they might hold for you. Even glitches or errors in technology can carry spiritual significance. For instance, if your computer crashes just as you're about to send an important email, it might be a sign to rethink your message. Or, if you keep seeing the same error message, it could be a prompt to take a break or approach your task differently. These technological hiccups can be subtle nudges from God, encouraging you to slow down and reflect. To recognize these modern signals, it's important to stay mindful and open. Don't dismiss digital messages or online encounters as mere coincidences. Instead, take a moment to consider their potential meaning. Reflect on how they relate to your current situation and what guidance they might offer. Being open to receiving messages in both traditional and modern contexts helps us stay connected to God's signals. While we might expect divine messages to come through nature or dreams, technology can also be a powerful tool for spiritual communication. By embracing this possibility, we can find divine guidance in our everyday digital interactions. Understanding the signals of God through technology involves paying attention to unexpected messages, random online encounters, and even technological glitches. Stay open and mindful, and you might discover that God is using modern tools to send you important messages. Symbolism in art and media. Art, music, and media can be powerful ways for God to send you messages. These creative forms often touch our hearts and minds in deep, meaningful ways. To recognize the signals of God in art and media, pay attention to songs, movies, or artworks that resonate with you. Sometimes, a particular song might speak directly to your situation or emotions. The lyrics or melody could feel like a message from God, offering comfort or guidance. Similarly, a movie might have scenes or themes that mirror your own life experiences, helping you see things more clearly. Artistic creations often come from a place of divine inspiration. Artists, musicians, and filmmakers sometimes feel guided by a higher power in their work. When you connect deeply with a piece of art, it could be that God is using it to communicate with you. For instance, a painting that captures your attention might hold symbolic meaning related to your spiritual journey. To recognize these divine signals, it's important to be mindful of your emotional reactions. When you encounter a piece of art or media that moves you, take a moment to reflect on why it feels significant. Ask yourself what message it might be conveying. Trust your intuition and let your feelings guide you. Reflecting on the media you consume can also help you identify these signals. Think about the books you read, the shows you watch, and the music you listen to. Are there recurring themes or messages that stand out to you? These could be signs from God, pointing you towards certain insights or actions. Art and media have the power to touch us deeply and bring us closer to our spiritual truths. By staying open and attentive to these experiences, we can recognize the signals of God more easily. Whether it's through a song that lifts your spirits, a movie that makes you think, or a piece of art that speaks to your soul, divine messages can be found all around us in creative forms. The signals of God in art and media involves paying attention to what resonates deeply with you. Reflect on the pieces that move you and consider the messages they might hold. By doing so, you can uncover divine guidance in the creative works that you encounter. Physical sensations and intuition. Our bodies can also be channels for divine messages. Physical sensations like chills, goosebumps, or sudden feelings of warmth might be signals from God. These sensations can occur unexpectedly and leave a strong impression. Chills or goosebumps often happen when something touches us deeply. This might be a sign from God, indicating that we are on the right path or that we should pay attention to what is happening. For example, if you feel chills while listening to a certain song or hearing someone speak, it might be a divine signal that the message is important for you. Sudden feelings of warmth can also be a sign from God. This sensation might come over you when you are in prayer, meditation, or thinking about something significant. It can feel like a comforting presence, reassuring you that you are not alone. This warmth can be a sign of divine love and support. Intuition and gut feelings are also important ways to recognize the signals of God. Sometimes you just know something without being able to explain why. This inner knowing can be a direct communication from God. Trusting your intuition can lead you to make decisions that align with your spiritual path. To better recognize these physical signals, it helps to be in tune with your body. Pay attention to how you feel in different situations. Notice if certain people, places, or activities cause specific sensations. Keeping a journal of these experiences can help you identify patterns and better understand what these signals mean. Encourage yourself to trust your body and inner senses. Often, we are taught to rely on logic and dismiss our feelings. However, physical sensations and intuition are valuable tools for spiritual awareness. By honoring these signals, you can deepen your connection with God and gain insights that might not be obvious through rational thinking alone. Recognizing the signals of God through physical sensations involves being mindful of chills, goosebumps, and feelings of warmth. Trust your intuition and gut feelings as they can guide you towards divine messages. By paying attention to your body and inner senses, you can become more aware of the subtle ways God communicates with you. Unlikely messengers. Sometimes God sends us messages through unexpected people. These unlikely messengers can appear in our lives in various ways, offering profound insights and guidance when we least expect it. One way to recognize the signals of God is by paying attention to encounters with strangers. A brief conversation with someone you meet by chance can carry a significant message. For instance, a taxi driver, a cashier, or someone you sit next to on a bus might say something that resonates deeply with you. These moments are not just coincidences, they can be divine signals. Casual conversations with friends or acquaintances can also be sources of divine messages. Sometimes someone might share advice or a story that perfectly addresses something you've been struggling with. This can feel like a direct answer to your prayers or thoughts. Be open to the idea that God can speak to you through the people around you, even if they don't realize it. Advice from unlikely sources can carry profound meaning. You might receive a piece of wisdom from someone much younger or older than you, or from someone whose life experience is very different from your own. These perspectives can provide fresh insights and help you see things in a new light. Don't dismiss advice just because it comes from an unexpected person. It might be exactly what you need to hear. Being open to wisdom from all walks of life is crucial. God's messages can come through anyone, regardless of their background or beliefs. Stay receptive and listen actively when people speak to you. Sometimes, the most profound truths come from the most unlikely sources. Encourage yourself to remain receptive to messages from those you might not expect. This means keeping an open mind and heart, and being willing to learn from every interaction. Even a passing comment from a stranger can hold significant meaning if you are paying attention. Signals of God through unlikely messengers involves being open to unexpected encounters, casual conversations, and advice from various sources. Listen actively and stay receptive to the wisdom that comes your way, no matter who delivers it. By doing so, you can uncover divine messages in everyday interactions with those around you. Embracing uncertainty and openness. Recognizing the signals of God often involves embracing uncertainty. Life is full of unknowns, and divine messages can sometimes be unclear or confusing. It's important to be comfortable with not having all the answers right away. Maintaining an open mind and heart is essential for recognizing these signals. When we are open, we are more receptive to spiritual messages. This means being willing to consider new ideas and perspectives, even if they challenge our current beliefs. It also means being patient and trusting that the meaning of these signals will become clear in time. Not all signals from God will be immediately obvious. Sometimes we might receive a message that doesn't make sense at first. It might take days, weeks, or even longer for the full meaning to become clear. This requires patience and faith. Trust that God's messages are there even if you don't understand them right away. Embracing uncertainty also means accepting that we don't have control over everything. This can be difficult, but it's a crucial part of spiritual growth. When we let go of the need to control and understand everything, we create space for divine guidance to enter our lives. This openness allows us to recognize and receive signals from God more easily. Encourage yourself to embrace the mystery of divine communication. This means being comfortable with the unknown and trusting that God's messages will reveal themselves in their own time. It's okay to have questions and doubts. These are natural parts of the spiritual journey. What's important is to remain open and curious, allowing yourself to explore and discover the deeper meanings behind the signals you receive. Recognizing the signals of God by embracing uncertainty involves keeping an open mind and heart, being patient and trusting in the process. Accept that not all signals will be clear immediately, and that part of the journey is uncovering their meanings over time. By doing so, you can enhance your spiritual growth and become more attuned to the divine messages in your life. If you have found today's video helpful, make sure to subscribe and join our community server, which is linked in the description.